This is my 1970 GTO. It's my dream car. It's the car that I follow on Hemmings Marketplace the most because I like to see, what they're selling for and just see what other people have done with them. I just finished putting Wilwood brakes on this. It's been a long-term project for me. It came out of the high desert and amazingly had almost no rust anywhere on the car. Then I went to my friend Harold Clay's at Harold's Hot Rods and he laid the paint, which is his version of an Atoll Blue. It is the prettiest color that I've ever seen on a car, and I just really cannot wait to get this thing on the road. So when you're choosing how you want to build your car and you're looking at, well, what parts do I need? I think the most important question to ask yourself is, well, what are you going to do with the car? Prioritize things like cooling, things like brakes, things that make the car fun to drive. We've all been guilty of, picking a little bit too big of a camshaft and it's a little bit too rowdy for the street, or it doesn't start cold. I think those things detract from how much we drive the car and how much we love the car. So I really encourage people when they decide what they want to build, you got to figure out what are you going to do with it. There's pros and cons to all these parts, so you really need to put on paper, what am I going to do with this thing? And then pick the parts that are going to allow you to do that. So people have asked me, what build style are you chasing with this car? And being around the automotive world and being around just drag racing, road racing, everything under the sun, I don't really have a particular style that I'm chasing, but I know things that I like, right? I like big engines, big cubic inches, dual quad setups, right? So it's, the engine is very pro stocky. What would Pontiac have done if it was still around? So that was my inspiration for the engine. But then I'm a die-hard stick shift guy, so this is going to have a Tremec T56 Magnum because I want to roam my own gears, and that's just what appeals to me. Then the suspension, well, I could do a drag racing setup, but I really plan on driving this car and putting a lot of miles on it. So it's got high-end Wilwood brakes. I want to be able to stop in modern traffic. I do want it to handle. It probably won't be a road course car, but I want to be able to drive in modern traffic and not have concerns and be able to fling it around an autocross course when I want to. And I think I'm just kind of taking and cherry picking my favorite parts of the automotive hobby and putting them into this. Thanks for checking out my garage. It was cool to show you guys my Pontiac stroker build. Cool for you to see my 1970 GTO, and hopefully the next time you see this, it'll be back on the dyno at West Tech. We'll share with you guys as I push a little bit harder and see if I can squeeze this thing over 700 horsepower, and then it's time to put it in the car and start racking up miles.